Welcome to The Wire.
Welcome.
We've made it to week 2 of doing this.
Week 7 of the season.
Yeah, week 7 of the season. We've made an upgrade. We're on the second story this time. We're moving up in the world, quite literally. So are a couple of wide receivers, running backs, and hopefully quarterbacks this week, and that's what we plan on discussing. We also have the injury report, our game time predictions on who we think is going to be the team to go with this week to get your picks. Starting off the injury report, Puka Nacua is out for the Rams, and
Goodbye, Puka.
this kind of leaves a nice little opening for another receiver to come in if you lost Puka Nacua maybe. It's kind of looking like he might be trending towards being out more than just 1 week. It might be a couple of weeks. And we'll discuss who's coming up that we think will do good in his position in his absence. Obviously, Devontae Adams is going to get that starting position over him. But definitely room. It's like the stock market in a way, you know. It kind of fluctuates up and down. Who's going to do good? Who's going to do bad? You just got to really watch it. Now, my next person out, and by person I mean plural persons, is the entirety of the Buccaneers wide receiver room, except for maybe Mike Evans this week, and even he is, you know, he's day by day if he even gets to practice. There's going to be a lot of openings in there to try and get someone who can hopefully make some plays. Because, well, Mike Evans, he hasn't really performed this year, and, well, it's going to be a rough one for the Buccaneers. But I think if Baker Mayfield, if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's been putting up MVP numbers.
Baker Mayfield's catching the dub this year.
They should be able to continue and hopefully get a few more games until the rest of the squad is healthy with Ibuka and McMillan. Little backup wide receiver for him, Chris Godwin. But hopefully they'll all get healthy real soon and everyone's fantasy picks will be back, so that way they can put up some points on the board, right? Marvin Harrison for the Arizona Cardinals. It's a really banged up squad right now. They're Michael Carter, Dermot Otto did not do good, and I doubt he'll start. Michael Carter's looking like the starter for them, or was, until Bam Knight came in, but we'll discuss him. We'll discuss him in just a moment. Anyways. Marvin Harrison being out, I don't know that it really is going to help too much with other wide receivers, just because the Cardinals are kind of they're the only team with a good tight end this year, really. Trey McBride is an obvious tight end one right now. He leads the ranks.
Did you say they're the only team with a good tight end?
Pretty much in fantasy.
Dalton Kincaid's been putting up points all year. Goddard's been putting up points. The guy for the Packers has been putting up points.
I'm trying to say that Trey McBride is a clear tight end one now, because all the other tight ends, it's kind of been back and forth.
Yeah.
He's the only one that's kind of been consistently putting up those high numbers.
That's fair.
But probably be even more reps for him. Definitely, it might hurt him too, not being able to spread out the field with that young talent at receiver.
Garrett Wilson. Poor guy. He's done for it, man. He went, what was it, the third? No, it was early in the game. Early in the game he went out.
Yeah, but
I didn't watch the game. It was too early to watch. 9:30. I wasn't even out of bed yet. But yeah, let's talk about that game. What the score, like 11-13 or something?
yeah, it was a very low scoring game. If you woke up to watch that, I apologize, but Garrett Wilson.
It was god awful, man. Yeah, Garrett Wilson got hurt in the stupidest game ever. And the freaking Denver Broncos and the New York Jets is the worst thing that America's done to the British since 1776.
Yeah, but how about we talk what that means for the Jets?
What it means for them?
Yeah,
It don't.
Garrett
I mean,
Wilson.
they're already 0-6. It's not gonna make much of a
Well,
difference.
who's going to be the fantasy makers? Who's going to be the
None of them. They
buzz?
also.
Someone's going to have to get
They
points.
also. Nobody's getting any points. Justin Fields got 4 points this week. 4.
Anyways, Garrett Wilson got hurt. Definitely be looking for the wide receiver room to fluctuate. I know me. I'm definitely thinking Mason Taylor could have an opportunity. We mentioned him last week. Good pickup. We did mention not to start him. Denver Broncos might be a little rough for him, in which it was. But this week they're going up. Who are they?
Panthers. Playing the Panthers this week.
Playing the Panthers, not the best defense in the whole wide world. And missing a star receiver, I would definitely say Mason Taylor, rookie tight end. Definitely going to have his opportunity to shine. Definitely worth picking up if you're looking for a tight end.
Brees Hall's definitely going to get more time with the ball in his hands.
Maybe Braylon Allen as well. I remember he looked good last year.
He did look good.
Calvin Ridley is banged up. What does this mean for the Tennessee Titans? Not really much is going to change. They're a sucky team with a sucky schedule, it would look like so far.
Quote unquote, Cam Ward.
Yeah, well, it's not looking like he's
We
the
suck.
top prospect quarterback everyone thought he was going to be, but luckily there's some other receivers that are looking to get in there and make some playing time.
Is this Bryce Young part 2? Is Cam Ward about to be Bryce Young part 2?
I think Cam Ward's a little bit better than Bryce Young rookie year. Even though he has lost all his game, at least he's able to maintain a composure of sorts. David Njoku is out for the Cleveland Browns. Dylan Gabriel was snapping under center last game. And surprisingly, he threw for over 50 passes. How many of those were on? Not that many. Not that many were on target. But they did throw it a lot with him, which means they have a lot of promise for him. And I mean, what's the point of trying him out? He's young and you're already losing so much that it doesn't matter. Just let him air it out and see what works. But definitely going to be some fluctuation. With that, Harold Phantom was very highly targeted by Gabriel. But he's definitely going to have a comeback game. We'll talk more about that later. Blake Corum for the Rams. Backup running back. What does this mean? Not very much, but with a banged up squad like that, it's definitely going to be, you're going to have to rely more on the people you have. You don't have Puka Nacua. So, the way I see it is Devontae Adams is going to get a major uptick in workload, and Kyron Williams is going to get a major uptick. So, if you have Kyron Williams, I would suggest maybe starting him high on the sheets this week. I think he's going to have him a really good game with Corum being out. Probably up his workload slightly.
Moving on to some hot topics here. We're going to start with the Tennessee Titans and their coaching change. They fired their head coach, Mike McCoy. Fired their head coach, Brian Callahan. Mike McCoy is the interim coach. Yes. Their record is 1-5 this season. Really bad. They were bad last year. They were bad the year before that. They've been bad for a long time.
Yeah. One thing that would worry me about this, if I'm a Tennessee Titans fan, sorry, it's late when we're recording that. Tennessee Titans fan. Cam Ward, round 1 prospect. They got him. Very high hopes for him. I would worry about his development in this because, well, Trevor Lawrence, seen what happened to him. He's been ran through more times than Madison Beer with NFL football players, it would seem. Oh, buddy, Jackson Dart's coming on that.
2? I think she's been ran through more like Bonnie Blue.
Anyways.
Bonnie Blue would be a better one, maybe.
Anyways.
Be a good
Trevor Lawrence got passed around by the coaching staff quite a bit. And it's taken him a very long time to kind of have this breakout season that he's been having so far. If he can keep it up, that's great. I've really looked forward to Trevor Lawrence coming out into that generational talent he's supposed to be. But Cam Ward, if he suffers the same issues, it could lead to the same fate, possibly worse.
Right. The Kansas City Chiefs, they looked good this week against the Lions.
They did.
Patrick Mahomes played good. Rashee Rice coming back this week. excited to see what Rashee Rice is going to do coming back off of his suspension for not knowing how to drive a car.
If I had him, it'd be a very iffy situations if I was wanting to start him. And here's why. He's been out since early last year, and he was taken out with a injury. Now, here's where the iffy part comes in. It was just suspended. Therefore, that injury should have lingered off of him by now. So he should be really healthy.
Which he was still practicing doing.
He's still practicing. So I'm thinking, he hasn't been there since last year, so that might hurt him just a little bit in those first games coming back. But at the end of the day, Rashee Rice, he was great coming in. I think he's going to have a great return for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, what about that fight with the Lions, man?
It was after the game.
After the game. That was stupid.
That was stupid.
The one guy from the Lions, what's his name? Brian Branch. He is on a 1-game suspension for throwing the first punch. Yeah, that was actually fun to watch, though.
As if the Detroit Lions defense was not bad enough this year.
Yeah.
Now they're losing them to fighting, as if this was the NHL.
Yeah. We got some Monday Night Football this week with the Seahawks and the Texans. I have no desire to watch that game.
But there will be some people to look at in this game. And by people, I mean like Sam Darnold and Woody Marks.
That's it.
There's not many people out this week that you can look at. Well,
Bills are on bye this week.
There's a lot of good teams out this week.
And the Ravens are on bye this week.
There's a lot of close matchups as well. It's going to be a rough week. I think it'll probably be a lower scoring week.
Speaking of close matchups, our other Monday Night Football game is the Colts and the Chargers. And I have a feeling that's going to be a phenomenal game.
Who did you say was?
The Colts and the Chargers.
Ooh, yeah,
That's
that ought to
gonna
be
be
a
a
good
good
one. The Chargers are projected to win that one by -3.
Are they?
But
I think it's going to be close.
it'll be very close. It'll be very close.
It'll
I
definitely be
think
fun to watch.
Daniel Jones has looked phenomenal this season.
Indiana Jones. Danny Dime Drop.
And before him, they already had him a pretty good team going. Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, and
Yeah, they had a good team except for Anthony Richardson.
yeah, Jonathan Taylor.
Joe-
All they needed was the quarterback, and now he
Joe
fits.
Flacco popped off.
Yeah. Him and Josh Downs, and now
Yeah.
Josh Downs is starting to come back out again from last year.
How did he do in Cincinnati last week?
He did really good last week.
Did he?
Yeah.
Nice. Speaking of quarterbacks, and Jalen Hurts, our dear friend, Mr. Tush Push, he's going to be in trouble. The NFL's talking about banning the Tush Push from the league,
They've been talking about this forever.
but now they're bringing it to a formal vote.
Listen, I don't think they should have to ban it at all because you shouldn't be able to do it. It's illegal formation.
It
and
is
they're
illegal.
jumping
Yeah.
off sides.
They're lining up with the ball right here.
I think we just vote on making the refs enforce the rules of football
Yeah.
and not take payoffs.
Because it's illegal formation anyways. It's stupid.
Not take payoffs or play bias. Okay, it's illegal and they're jumping off sides. They shouldn't go anyway, so there should be no vote about it.
Yeah. How many do you want to do? Like 4 or 5? 6, 7?
4 hours.
6, 7?
Actually, I have a wonderful topic. Sit back in your chair right quick. Let's talk about it. So, I can't remember what game it's from. But I do remember.
You didn't count down.
I do remember a specific game in which they were taking a field goal. It might have been the Colts game. I can't remember.
Oh, what was it, 60 yards and he dimed it off the crossbar?
No, it's whenever they made it perfectly through and the announcer went, "Oh, 6 or 7." Oh, 6-7. In the NFL, man. What's going on here?
Did that happen?
It did. I was bewildered.
6-7, man. And the NFL announcer said that. That is wild.
Right, it was like they were having communication issues too, and Buddy just clapped back with that.
6-7. Well, speaking of, we got the Tampa Bay Bucks. They're number 1 in the league right now.
Yeah.
doing good. Baker Mayfield's having an MVP season. Indianapolis Colts, Daniel Jones, producing some numbers this year.
Danny Dime dropper.
They have looked sharp without being very dominant. Their schedule's been relatively soft. I feel like the Chargers this week's going to be a good matchup for them, though. The Rams. They've been winning close games. You know, lots of good defensive moves, lots of turnovers, just kind of holding their own there. The Chiefs, they played good this week. Came back from the Lions. The Lions, they lost to the Chiefs. Sad day. Sad day. The Bills, guys. What happened to the Buffalo Bills?
Josh Allen, he's doing good, but I feel like they've just been, he doesn't have no help. You know?
Yeah.
Shakir and Coleman, you can say all you want, they are not the future of that franchise. They're okay receivers, but he needs a true wide receiver one because it's been a struggle for poor Allen.
Speaking of struggles, the New York Jets, 0-6, still winless. Offense is not great. On Sunday, Justin Fields had approximately -10 passing yards against the Broncos. So if you didn't even pick up a football, you had more passing yards than a $4 million paid NFL quarterback.
You're trying to tell me that J.J. McCarthy did better than your favorite quarterback?
I'm trying to tell you that me, sitting on the couch in my living room, played better than my favorite quarterback. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. The Ravens, they're sucking it up this year. No Lamar Jackson last week, though, so it's tough. They have lots of injuries, very inconsistent. Backups aren't even playing great. It's falling apart.
Pickups for the week. There's actually quite a bit, depending on what leagues you're in. A lot of these players probably aren't going to be taken in your league, but if you're in like a 10-man, 8-man, you know, where it's kind of loaded, everyone has a loaded roster. A lot of these players will help you out this week. Other than that, big leagues that are, you know, close. I got a few for you. Definitely got a few for you, but not that many great players to pick up this week, really. But this rookie class has been amazing, really. This rookie class has been off the charts, especially with the running backs.
Cam Scattergood.
Yeah, and that's going to bring us off to, I think, what everyone thought to be upsetting last week. Kamani Vidal moved up off the practice chart, and he got the start over Hoskins. And I don't know why. You know, Hoskins, he started off with they're just feeding the hot hand, is what it would seem to be. They were splitting carries. Vidal was doing better. He was getting, if anyone noticed, I think Hoskins started in the red zone maybe once. Vidal every other time was starting in the red zone. So, our apologies for telling you Hoskins last week. I'm sure everyone thought it was him. It turned out not to be.
I did not tell you that.
This guy told you the hot topics. That's why I'm on players to pick up. Anyways, I apologize. But Kamani Vidal, if he's available, definitely get him because that's who they're going with. And if they go back to Hoskins, I don't know what to tell you. Coaches are weird, okay? I thought Hoskins, they would. But Vidal, he was drafted last year, and he seemed like a bust after he had some really good draft value to him. But he's coming back this year, and they're using him. We'll see how he does. He's the starter now. Bam Knight. I think everyone also thought that Michael Carter was going to be the starter last week. I don't think anybody knew who Bam Knight was.
I know Bam.
You know who Bam Knight was?
Yeah, he played it in college, but he's really good in college. I think it's his. Wait, I don't know. I've heard the name. He was a big name before.
Anyways, he got put over Michael Carter without any really information on him before the game last week. But you know, knowing that he did good and that he's got the starting job, I'd pick him up if he's still available. If you're looking low on running backs, which this week A lot of running backs are hurt, and I know a lot of people are hurting for a running back. If you're not too sure about Bam Knight and Kamani Vidal, well, neither am I. Woody Marks, though, they're said to be using him for receiving back. And the nice thing about that, we spoke briefly about the Texans and Seattle playing. Nick Chubb has been taking the majority of the handoffs from the backfield, but he is not a wonderful reception back, such as Woody Marks. And just so happens, Seattle, they have the best, I don't know if the best, they have one of the top 5 units for stuffing the run, okay? So Nick Chubb, he's good, but he's kind of fell off. I think they'll stuff him in, and what'll end up happening is, the Texans got to put up points somehow, and C.J. Stroud, he's been a gunslinger in the past. They haven't been off to the best record. They've been the worst team starting throughout the first few weeks, but if you're struggling, Woody Marks, I think he's going to get a lot of receptions coming out of the backfield. If you're looking for another running back, well, it's your lucky day. I have a 4th one for you, and that's going to be Tyjae Spears. We mentioned him last week, and we're going to re-emphasize the fact that now he is out-snapping Pollard. He got 60% of the snaps last game. So it would definitely seem like they're trying to move on from Tony Pollard to maybe a young back in Tyjae Spears, who did really good behind Derrick Henry last year, mind you. Or not last year, sorry, the year before. Henry was gone last year. But he did really good his rookie season. He never got the opportunity to shine, but it looks like they're finally going to let him have a role under the spotlight. Now let's look at some wide receivers. Let's start off with Matthew Golden. Now, he's probably already taken in your league because he was a very, very high, draft pick in terms of fantasy for receivers. Came in immediately wide receiver 1 listed on the depth chart for Green Bay. But as you know, Romeo Doubs has been taking majority of the, But Matthew Golden, while he's not been getting the most receptions on the team, he has been getting the most receiving yards. That's a very big upside for them as, well, they're, Jordan Love is a great gunslinger, so the more he throws it and the more Matthew Golden catches it, the more yards and the more points that come flooding in behind it. Definitely going to be a good pickup, and most likely a pretty decent start this week if you're struggling.
Yeah.
Wan'Dale Robinson, he's going to have some wonderful upside to him this week. The entirety of the Giants' receiving room is hurt. Darius Slayton hurt. Malik Neighbors dead.
No, he's not even hurt, dude. He's gone.
He's presumed dead.
Presumed dead. Man, he's no hope.
Man, they got like Theo Johnson, but
I don't even know who that is.
I don't think many people. But Wan'Dale Robinson, that's about the only receiver they have left. I mean, last game he did great. He did wonderful. So definitely would pick him up and use him this week. That's one of the ones I would kind of. They have a hard matchup this week. I'll say that. They're playing against the Denver Broncos, against Patrick Surtain. He's probably going to log down Wan'Dale. So, really, when you look at it, it's more 50-50. But if you're hurting bad, I mean, everyone expected the Eagles to upset Jackson Dart, and we've seen how that turned out. So, hey, kitty. We've seen how that turned out. So, who's to say is the same thing might not happen to the Denver Broncos? I would stick Wan'Dale in your bait. Jalen Coker is finally coming back. And if y'all remember, we mentioned, go ahead and get him on the IR, because why not? If you haven't already, we recommend getting him. Whenever he gets back, he's probably going to make a great impact for the team. Surprisingly, they have not done that bad this year. The Panthers have actually done surprisingly well. What are they now? 3-2?
They started off pretty bad, but they're doing pretty good now.
Yeah, they've had a bounce back. They beat my Dallas Cowboys. I'm still upset about that.
Would be too. It's really gonna suck is if the Jets beat them next week. Then
Yeah.
they're still be 1-6. But
I
that's
doubt the Jets will beat them.
I doubt it too. But I don't think the Jets are gonna win a game this year.
They'll win a game. It's just
So. No. No, I don't think they will.
they'll win one.
I'm being real with you here. I have no hope, no faith.
But
My faith in the field's gone.
ow! But Jalen Coker, one thing I will say about that, Teratoa McMillan, if he's available, you need to get him right now. He finally had him a breakout game, and he was supposed to be the best receiver coming into this, right there with Golden. But Coker coming back, definitely going to diversify that. Definitely going to diversify that backfield a little bit, make it a little bit easier for make it a little bit easier for Teratoa and McMillan to get open, and then that way both of them, they start getting more receptions, more points get put up, and everything follows in behind. Let's talk about the Rams. Puka Nacua, he's hurt, as we stated earlier. Probably out for a few weeks, so who's going to be good to come back into his place in fantasy, if you don't have Devontae or something like that. A wonderful pickup would be Jordan Whittington. Last year, while Puka was out for a game, he came in and he was, he's going to have the snaps. He was like the Devontae Adams for Puka. So, he's definitely going to get some good receptions with Devontae Adams. Put up some good fantasy points. If you're really needing someone, I definitely think this is your guy for this week. Because as we know, Matthew Stafford has been blowing it out of the ballpark, and Jordan Whittington's going to go up to numero dos. Well, he's going to have some good points coming behind it. Michael Wilson with the Arizona Cardinals. As we stated earlier, once again, Marvin Harrison's out, so this leaves a perfect opportunity for another receiver to come in, maybe show their balls, how good they can be.
Whoa.
Michael Wilson,
Isn't he supposed to catch balls?
Yeah, not if you're Travis Kelce, you're taking.
Yeah.
or Caleb Williams. Although I will say, he paints his nails, so that way the receivers can see what he's signing at.
Yeah.
Baseball catchers do it too. So I ain't never seen anyone do it in the NFL. It's a little bit fruity.
Yeah, baseball
Fruity
catchers.
tooty.
Baseball catchers, it kind of makes sense.
But Michael Wilson, probably going to step into a bigger role with Marvin Harrison being out. I don't really know all too much on him. It's going to be a 50-50. I'm not going to pick him up. But keep an eye out for him, if you're really struggling. Luther Burden, the Chicago Bears, rookie wide receiver, and I think he's finally going to have a chance to maybe shine. Because DJ Moore, he's questionable to play, and it's looking very unlikely that he will play. He had to go to the hospital in week 6, but he has been returned to Chicago very nicely. But the fact that he was in the hospital concerns me. It makes me think he's probably not going to play. Luther Burden, great receiver. He's been putting up pretty decent numbers already, so stepping into that wide receiver 2 position, hopefully. He's definitely going to have some very good upside this week. I would pick him up and start him, to be quite frank with you. Or at least keep an eye on him on the bench. But I would pick him up because I definitely think there's a breakout game coming within the next few weeks for him.
Yeah, the Bears low-key ain't been doing too bad this year.
They've been doing like half and half.
Yeah, it's like they ain't bad, but they ain't great.
Yeah. They're just waiting for a little bit of breakout. They got a lot of young talent. I think that the chemistry is just not there yet.
Yeah.
And I thought I seen some about Dunze possibly
Yeah, I saw
being
that too.
injured.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So
I think it's like some of his knee.
take a look, see if Dunze is injured at this current time. I cannot tell you, but just Google it right quick. Rome Dunze, is he going to play? Do it before the game.
Yeah.
If he's not playing, I would 100% start Luther Burden.
Yeah.
Especially if both of them are out, because he's going to get everything at that point. And then finally, my pick of the week. It's a wide receiver battle out of the Buccaneers. But with how Baker Mayfield's been playing, he's been baking bad, okay? If you like Breaking Bad, he's been baking bad. Red Crystals. MVP numbers. But the wide receiver battle.
That dog got that Baker Mayfield in him, bro. Baker Mayfield don't got that dog in him. That dog got that Baker Mayfield in it.
He's behind the dog. He's lined up behind the center of the dog. The dog's got him in him.
Yo, wait.
Spiritually. It's a battle of Johnsons. Which Johnson will be the best? And you know, most of the time it's up to women to figure out which Johnson's best. But this time we've been put in the position to figure it out for ourselves. Okay? So let me tell you what. If I know anything about these two Johnsons,
You should go home and pray.
if I know anything about these two Johnsons, it's that the Buccaneers really like they're young Johnsons.
Dude, you gotta stop with this, dude. You can't do this live, bro.
I'm talking about
You can't.
I'm
dude.
talking about a rookie named Tez Johnson. He was a round 7 pickup for the Buccaneers this year. And last game he came out, he got a touchdown. It was a very long touchdown. It was a 40-plus reception touchdown.
Yeah, Long Johnson's.
But the other Johnson, Cam Johnson, he's young. They're both young. They're both 23, I think. Cam Johnson, he's been a wonderful special teams player for the Buccaneers. And he's very explosive, and the coach, or the wide receiver coach, has actually spoken out on him. They say he's going to be very great. But at this point, I think it really just comes down to, the chemistry of Baker Mayfield. The wide receiver coach, he can do it all he wants, but Baker Mayfield at the end of the day is making the throws, and he's going to have his favorites, so on and so forth. I just really think Tez Johnson's going to be the guy, though. I mean, Cam Johnson also has a very good equal opportunity, but he got more snaps last game. I think he was in 70% of the snaps, while Cam was looking at about 49%. It's like a 20% margin right there. So definitely think there will be an uptick in aggression for Tez Johnson. Breakout week incoming, I believe. And they'll probably be looking to get some maybe trade value off of him, considering he was a 7th round pick for next year. That's what I'd be doing right now if I was the Buccaneers. Tight ends, okay.
Like the rear.
I understand that it's been a little bit difficult to find a good tight end this year, and I'm right there with you. But there's been some great rookie options that have presented themselves. And let me tell you, the one for this week is going to be Harold Panna. Njoku is out, or should be at least. I'm positive he's going to be out for a while. And Harold Panna with Dylan Gabriel, he got quite a bit of passes. He's definitely going to do considerably better now that Njoku's out and he has his time to shine again. He was doing great at the beginning of the season, and I expect the same thing out of him, if not more. That being said, I'm 100%. Any league I have him in, I'm starting him at the tight end position. Now, another great pickup, Mason Taylor, coming out of the New York Jets. Now, if you're still looking for a tight end, Fana is available, maybe you have both. Okay, Mason Taylor, he's going to have a monster game, I think. He hasn't really come in too. Yeah, he's put up some okay games, but he hasn't put up anything superior. But with Garrett Wilson's absence, him and Garrett Wilson are the top two receiving leaders for the Jets. So with him being out,
Don't count on it.
I really think Mason Taylor is going to get a huge uptick in aggression. And, last week, Denver Broncos, that was a poor showing for him. But any team that goes against the Denver Broncos, that's always a rough game for the tight end. But look into picking him up. If you have both, I still think I'd want to go with Harold Fannin just because, well, he's looked a little bit better in my opinion. But Mason Taylor is on the rise up. Now, finally, I have a quarterback for you. Who is this quarterback, you might ask? He's probably available in your league right now. Trevor Lawrence. And you're probably thinking, oh, the one guy, when you don't start him, will have an amazing game, but the 1 week I do decide to start him, he's going to put up a stinker. That's how it tends to go.
Yes, that man exactly.
But, I'm thinking this week, it might not be as stinking. Every now and then, everyone's like, okay, I think Lawrence is going to have him a game this week. I finally think Lawrence is going to have him a game this week. I think, Jags have had to have played in London more than any other team by far. It's their third
3 games this season.
Is this season already?
I know they've already played there once this year.
Yeah, they played there. They like going out of state quite a bit. I think Trevor Lawrence likes traveling. Anyways, they should be familiar to the environment, to the crowd, to the people, to everything.
They're
really.
going to be excited after the London game last week.
Yeah, but they've been there so much, and Trevor Lawrence probably. It's like the Super Bowl for Tom Brady at this point for him. He's used to it. He doesn't really care too much, probably. He's been there, seen that, done that. I think he's definitely going to have the upper advantage. With that being said, in the London game, if you're struggling at quarterback, which I know some people are, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson.
There goes my 2 quarterbacks right there.
A lot of good quarterbacks hurt. But if you're struggling, looking for someone, Trevor Lawrence be a good pickup. Sam Darnold, if he's available, he's been doing really well. I'd also pick him up. Just as backup. Jackson Dart, he's on the rise up. Take a chance on him.
Back this week.
Brock Purdy's finally coming back this week. We failed to mention that. If he's available, I know he is in a couple of servers. If he's not, I would start him. If you have him, if he's available, then pick him up.
Hey guys. Welcome back. This time we're going to talk about some scores, over-unders, predictions, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Quick and easy. Steelers, -5 versus the Bengals.
Oh my God. The Unk Bowl, baby. Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco, combined age of 81. Isn't that crazy for NFL standards? That is going to be so fun to watch. It is going to be like abhorrently awful.
It's going to be like watching the nursing homes at recess.
It's going to be like watching paint dry. It's going to be so bad. It's amazing. Okay, the Unk Bowl. Tune into the Unk Bowl. Now it's time to decide which Unk is better, Uncle Rico or Uncle Perk-a-Lot. Uncle Percocet Rodgers.
No, he's not on perks. He's just a hippie.
Oh, he took a perk one time.
He's just a hippie.
You never heard the nickname Perk Rodgers?
No, I have, but he's still just a hippie. Anyways, the Unk Bowl. Steelers are -5, Bengals are +5.5. Over under 44.5.
Now, I just want to go out on a limb here, and I think Big Unk Perky Rodgers has it. Because he's already gotten a little bit more established with his team. Joe Flacco was kind of sent over to the Bengals on the limb, but he has 2 elite receivers. But the Pittsburgh Steelers have a pretty decent O-line. Can't say so for the other side. And neither one can really move. So, having TJ Watt running down your wham cannon ain't exactly going to be fun for old Flacco behind that O-line. Who's your pick for it?
I got to say Cincinnati.
Cincinnati?
Yeah, Jamar Chase is going to run all over the Steelers D, bro.
Yeah, but how do you defend the O-line and
As long as Joe Flacco can get the ball to Jamar Chase.
Okay.
I think that's all that matters.
Do you think it's going to be over or under that 45.5?
Probably over.
I would like to say over 2, just because I think.
The over is combined score, right?
Yeah.
All right, Rams, Jags. Rams -3, Jags are +3. Over under on that one is also 44.5. I got to go with the Jags on this one.
I'm probably going to say the same thing. I just, like I was saying earlier, the London games, Trevor Lawrence has been there so much. But at the same time, Matthew Stafford, who's a veteran player, He's been everywhere, but that's a new turf for him, really. I mean, he hasn't seen that part so
He
much.
hasn't been to London much.
Yeah, he hasn't really been over there, so that's something new to explore, really. So we'll see how. You know, it's funny. They switch sides. Lawrence is the veteran of London, while Matthew Stafford is
The veteran of football.
the veteran of football. So we'll see how that goes. Definitely going to be a good matchup. I think it's going to go. I want to say it's going to be over.
I'm going to say over 2. All right, we got the Raiders plus 11.5 versus the Chiefs minus 11.5. Over under 44.5. Definitely going with the Chiefs. Raiders are going to get whooped and duped out on that one, and the Chiefs are definitely going to win. I'm going to say over 44.5.
I want to say under, almost. Just because the Chiefs' defense, while it hasn't looked all that great, neither is the Raiders' offense. Ashton Genty is starting to come out, though, so I'm projecting he's going to do good.
Ashton Genty?
Yes, indeed. Are you okay? Oh, yeah, Michael Myers. Another person I just remembered we forgot to mention, Michael Mayer for the Raiders. Tight end, Brock Bowers is out. He's going to do good. He did really good last game. I'd pick him up. Anyways, back on track. Mahomes, he's been one of the best, if not the best. I think he is.
I think he's trash.
Currently right now in fantasy in the quarterback department.
No,
I think
Dak's
he's
number 1.
It changed.
Dak is number 1.
It changed. Anyway, Mahomes has been the best, if not number 1. It changes all the time. I don't think Dak is right now. We're getting ready to find out. This man's Googling it.
I swear it's
They're gonna kill poor Max Crosby, Ashton Genty, all of them. But I will say, I think it'll be a little bit closer. I'm thinking the under on that. Dolphins and the Browns.
God.
Dolphins are plus 2.5, while the Browns are minus 2.5. Honestly, and the over/under in this game is 40.5, so they're not projecting it to be very high scoring at all, which I don't think anyone does. Is Jerry Jeudy hurt? I don't remember if Jerry Judy's hurt. I think I heard something about it. It's probably just something about him being questionable. If he is hurt, then I would like to go on a limb and say the Dolphins. If he's not, my pick would still have to be the Dolphins. And honestly, I'm going to have to take the under in that game. I just don't think it's going to be that high scoring.
Yeah, I'm going with the under on that too. I'm gonna say the Broncos got that though.
You mean the Browns?
Oh yeah, Browns. I don't know. Dylan Gabriel did not do like great last week,
He looked okay, but
he didn't do awful, you know. And the Dolphins' defense hasn't really been on it lately either. So I think the Browns might have a fighting chance.
yeah. Browns will have a fighting chance. I don't know if they're going to win. Like I said, my pick is the Dolphins. Achane and Tua work very well together, and I think that's just going to be the breaking factor.
Yeah.
Although Myles Garrett may put a stop to it, we will see. There's always Waddle.
Yeah.
And their Wallers had to come out.
Patriots and the Titans. Patriots are -7. Titans are +7. Over under 42.5. So I got the Patriots taking that one home.
Probably going to say Patriots as well. Drake May's had an incredible
You mean Tom Brady Jr.?
Tom Brady. He's had, different faces, same concept, right?
Yeah.
But he has had just a wonderful year or two in the NFL, and he's just really coming into what they thought he was going to be. And I mean, he's done great. North Carolina quarterback. We love to hear that. We're from the great Appalachian Mountains up here.
I've been a Tar Heel fan since I was 2.
Yeah, he's been going through it, especially now with Bill
Belichick.
Hey man, you can't call him Bill Belichick anymore. He's
Oh yeah, he's not in the NFL anymore.
he's popping 20-year-old girls, and he's
Tom Shady and Bill Belichick.
teaching college football at the age of 80s. Over under on that game, I'm taking the Patriots. I think it's going to be over. They're going to blow the poor Titans out of the water. I do actually see the Titans getting a touchdown or two, though. I think they will do okay.
Yeah, they're not gonna be wiped out or anything, but I think Patriots are still winning that for sure. The Saints versus the Bears.
Saints versus the Bears. Who do you got?
I got the Bears taking home the dub.
Over under?
Over under is 47.5.
And do you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be under because they are buns.
I think it'll be the Saints and it'll be over. My reasoning being, the Saints have started to look great and the Bears have started to look great. Let me tone that down. Not great, okay. They both started
They
to
look like a football team.
They're both starting to look better than they did at the beginning of the season.
They don't look like 3-year-olds in the NFL anymore.
With that being said, it's going to be a good football game, really, and I think it's going to be very high scoring. I'll take the over.
All right, we got Eagles and Vikings. Eagles are minus 1.5 over the Vikings. Vikings are plus 1.5. 43.5 for the over-under. I'm going to have to say this might be a good game. But because I genuinely hate the Eagles, I'm going to say that the Vikings are going to take this one home. Just because I don't like the Eagles and I will never hope that the Eagles win anything. And I'm going to say under 43.5.
I'm also going to agree on the under, but I will not settle for J.J. McCarthy after that game that he put up. If he would have QB-nilled the ball every single drive, he would have had a better passer rating than what he did with his first start. I do not trust that Vikings team at all, and as much as I do not like the Eagles, I'm going to have to say they're going to blow them out of the water.
I hate the Eagles. Panthers and the Jets. These are the same. Minus 1.5. The Panthers are projected to win. That's the first time I've ever said that. The Jets are projected to lose by plus 1.5. Believe it or not. Over-under is 42.5.
This is a wonderful game for Jalen Coker to come back into. I personally believe your New York Jets are going to be like brutally assaulted and just mauled,
Yeah, okay.
torn
okay.
apart.
For the sake of my mental health, I'm going to say that the Jets are going to win. But if I was betting money on this game, I would not bet on them.
Never bet on the Jets. You learned that from the movie of King of Staten Island.
I did, you're right. Never bet on the Jets. I am going to say under 42.5 points, though, because I don't see it going up that much.
I'm going to have to go with the Panthers. Jalen Coker's come back. Terry Toe McMillan finally had a good breakout game against the Cowboys, which, I mean, he's been performing already, but, finally getting some touchdowns on the board really helps that rookie season. But definitely the Panthers, I think it'll be more than, minus 1.5 is what it says they're going to win by. I think they'll have a much higher lead than what it's letting on. And I do think that it's going to be under 42.5. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring of a game, but I do think it'll be a one-way affair.
Giants and the Broncos. Over under 39.4. The Giants are plus 7. The Broncos are minus 7. You know what? I think Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo are taking home the dub on this, and I'm going to say under 39.
I'm conflicted. I'm very conflicted on this. Because Jackson Dart, I mean, he's a rookie and he's looked great. And then, no one really expected him to come out and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. But he did. And I think that took the entire NFL by storm. Now, the question to present itself is, was that a one-time thing? Or was he just breaking out? I kind of want to go with the option of he's breaking out. Now, after your wonderful Jets played the Broncos, and the Broncos just have not looked good this year at all. They've looked bad. I'm going to have to take the Giants. I just think Dart and Scatebo they have a lot of confidence going into next week, coming out, beating a division rival.
I'm like 99% sure that CTE is afraid of Cam Scatterbo.
And what'd you say the over-under was?
+7 for the Giants on that one.
No, I mean like the over-under.
Oh, 39.4.
39.4. That's definitely, that's going to go over. It's going to go over.
You think?
That's, yeah.
All right, I can see that.
I think the Broncos had a down week against the Jets.
Yeah.
Obviously. I think they'll bounce back this week, but not to the momentum in which they need.
Yeah. All right, Commanders and Cowboys. Commanders are -2.5. Cowboys are +2.5. Over/under is 54.5.
I'm taking Dallas Cowboys, baby, with the over. If there's three things that are certain in life: death, taxes, and the Cowboys beating the Redskins. Even when we looked god-awful with Cooper Rush, we be a unstoppable Jaden Daniels in his rookie season.
Fair enough. I agree. Over Cowboys.
And let me just say this as well. We got C.D. Lamb coming back, baby. C.D., George Pickens, we're going to be all over the place with that football. That is number 4 right now. Absolutely insane.
Packers and the Cardinals. Packers are -6.5. Cardinals are +6.5. Over/under is 44.5.
Packers and the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Well, I think we all know where that one's going.
Yeah, Green Bay's taking that home.
What was the over-under?
44.5. I'm saying over.
I'm saying under.
Okay.
I think the Packers they'll win. They'll most definitely by more than a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be that high scoring.
Falcons and the 49ers. Falcons are +2.5. The 49ers are -2.5. The over/under is 47.5. I got the 49ers taking that home. Brock Purdy's coming back this week. The Falcons have not been doing so hot this year. They did pretty good last week, though.
You know, Drake London and Bijan, absolutely.
Yeah, they
great
popped
guys,
off
man. They
last week.
looked unstoppable.
Um,
I tell you what, watching Bijan play, call me the Chris Collinsworth of him because God Almighty, I will glaze Bijan all day. I love Bijan. He looks like a prime Barry Sanders running around. The way he makes them cuts, he looks just like him. Yeah, if not, he looks better than Barry did. And that says a lot. I mean,
okay.
Bijan is awesome.
I would glaze Cam Scatterman all day, so. Yeah. All right.
But with the Falcons and the 49ers, you know, I really think they had momentum going with Mac Jones, but Brock Purdy's come back off an injury. It was a multiple-week injury. I don't know that it'll hurt him too much while playing, but I kind of want to say Michael Penix Jr. is going to take it home for the Atlanta Falcons. Penix. I know how I said it.
Not Michael Dick either.
Michael Johnson.
Dude, what is it? No, I'm serious. The freaking Falcons. Michael Vick. Michael Penix Jr. Oh, there was another one, wasn't there? Another guy that they had.
I can't remember.
His last name sounded like a wiener.
Vic.
No, wait, I said that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, but Michael Vick, Michael Dick, and then Michael
Penix
Penix.
Jr.
So I don't know what's going on with them, man. They must really like wiener over there.
But I'm gonna take the under in that game. I think it's gonna be a very close one indeed. I think the Falcons come on top, but I think it's gonna be under 47.5.
I'm thinking under the 47 for sure.
Now, this is the
Bucks.
game I want to bet on. Who do you
Bucks and
have?
Lions. I'm gonna say this unpopular opinion. I got Baker Mayfield taking it home.
Okay, well, there's none to bet on.
Dang!
I think
We've been really like-minded today.
I think the over for 52.5. I think it's going to be over.
High scoring game.
You know, the Lions, they've looked really good, but Baker Mayfield, that's another one I'll go Chris Collinsworth mode on. Glaze like a Krispy Kreme donut,
Dude, I will
son.
glaze some.
It doesn't matter who he's played. I've subbed in. I have him on one of my teams, and I've subbed in Jordan Love a few times. Against, like, Cincinnati. And
Yeah.
even then, Baker's still putting up more numbers. He just got God. Like, wow.
I will bend over for Baker Mayfield. Yeah, Bucks are taking that one home.
Yeah.
Texans and the Seahawks. Over under 41.5. Seahawks are -3 to win.
I really think this is going to be a good Monday Night Football game.
It couldn't be. I mean, it won't be off. Who you got taking that one home?
Honestly, think the Seahawks, and I think I'm going to take the over on it as well. Just 'cause I feel like they're going to be airing it out a lot on both sides of the ball. And I feel like Monday Night Football, it doesn't matter how bad you are. Something about Monday Night Football just activates the quarterback's brain for some reason. It worked for Trevor Lawrence. It can work for C.J. Stroud. They're going to be balling out. I think Sam Darnold's going to have that little redhead power invested in him, and he's going to take it. I'm taking the over on that one. Wait, sure.
Throw you a third, Dad. God. Texans and the Seahawks. I think the Texans are going to take it home. C.J. Stroud, Monday Night Football. I just have a feeling it's going to be a pretty dang good game. I will say under 41.5.
Under?
Under.
On Monday Night Football?
On Monday Night Football.
Okay.
I'm taking my bets on that.
Well, I think with the last pick, and the last thing we do, I say we leave our $1 bet off on that.
Yeah, I'm down. Our money's still on top of the fridge in the basement.
All right. Well, what did we bet on last week? Jets
can't
and
remember.
Broncos? I think it was the Jets and
Was
Broncos.
it? I think you won that.
Yeah. I'm 2-0 in the bet so far.
All right.
Let's see if we can go 3-0, baby.
That's a wrap.